Hey everybody, it's Seeker, and today I want to say something that I don't necessarily think needs to be said. And what I mean by that is silver stacking, gold stacking, precious metals, it's a very small niche. It's if you compare it to a lot of the other niches, even if you just look at YouTube in general, just YouTube, I mean, compared to, let's say, even cryptocurrencies, or if you want to go more outward, you could say video gaming and movies. It's just nothing. It's like a little blip on the radar that's barely noticeable as they're paying attention to the huge warships that are coming in. And, that's fine. But the reason I'm bringing that to you is because the other day I was actually talking to a friend of mine. In fact, I think the majority of us probably have a lot of friends that aren't interested or just don't know about stacking silver. And so when you talk to it about them, they probably look at you like you're crazy. Like, how could you not believe in the US dollar? How could you not believe that the US dollar is the ultimate and that that's all that ever matters? And of course, if you don't have US dollars, you are wrong. And if you don't trust the US... And again, I'm going way far off base. In fact, if that friend is watching this right now, he's probably like, Seeker, it was nothing like that. That's not what I said. But I was talking to a friend of mine about silver stacking. This is a friend that I grew up with. We play Magic the Gathering together. We hadn't been around each other in a long time. It's been a few years, actually, since we really hung out. We talked on the phone, but we never really hung out. And we finally hung out. We played Magic together. And we started talking about, what we've been doing. And of course, I had to bring up my YouTube channel because that's what basically I've been doing for the last few years. And, he was very interested. I started talking about silver stacking. And the more and more I went on, like, he was very interested in the channel. I think he liked the idea that I am a YouTube creator. The more we got into actual talking about the silver itself, the more I could see he was losing interest. Now, I'm not saying he was being rude. Of course, he was listening to me. He was paying attention. He was asking questions and responding. But you could tell as it went on that he started losing interest. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk about the importance of spreading and sharing the reason that you stack silver and why you believe in silver versus, just stacking currency, if you will, why you believe in that more. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But really quick, guys, speaking of the channel, if you are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, believe it or not, over half of you have not, don't forget to go down below and make sure you are subscribed and click the bell so you don't miss any future video notifications. All right, so like I said, I was talking to my friend. We were talking about silver stacking. He just started losing interest as time went on. It's like, I guess he is one of the people, and again, I apologize if he's watching. I'm not knocking you, but one of the people that believes in the U.S. dollar, believes in the U.S. dollar as the ultimate currency, and that's what you do for your entire life. That's what you strive towards. You go out to college and you get a good degree so you can get a great job, or you get into a good trade. And the ultimate goal of stacking those dollars so you can buy your nice house and nice cars. And there is absolutely, unequivocally, nothing wrong with that. The only difference, I should say, it's not really a problem. The only difference between people like me and you that I'm talking to through the screen and people that look at, getting currency as the ultimate goal of getting their nice house and nice car is that you and I are thinking on a more long-term, we don't trust the government and the dollar they're printing into oblivion as much as they do. And that's not to say that the dollar is not important. I don't believe for a second that the dollar isn't important. Obviously it is. I've said in other videos that the dollar pays for our bills. The dollar pays for our gas and our food. The dollar puts the roof over our head and the electricity that is running the lights right now. And the dollar paid for this camera that I'm looking at you through right now. That's all important. Nothing wrong with that. It's just at the end of the day, we believe that the dollar could very quickly lose the value that it currently has. If people lose their faith in this dollar, then the dollar becomes worth less electricity. It becomes worth less gas. It becomes worth less of your rent. Your rent goes up because they need more of the dollars. They need more of their dollars. They need more of the dollars from you to pay for the, increased price of everything else. That's typical debasement of currency. That's typical inflation. We are going through inflation right now. We always have. I mean, the dollar is naturally designed to go through inflation. In fact, let's be honest, there's not a single fiat currency that has really ever succeeded, right? I mean, every currency has failed except for what? What currency has not failed in millennia? Gold and silver. Gold and silver have been used as a form of exchange for millennia. Now, let me tell you some of the things that I hear from some of the naysayers on the channel, because they exist, and again, that's fine. Everyone has a right to their opinion, whether or not I agree with it, or you agree with it, or whether or not you agree with me. That doesn't matter. We all have the right to that opinion. So, I will get comments from people on the channel all the time saying, oh, if you would have just put your money into so-and-so 1980s instead of silver, you would have so much more money today. You know what? That's fine. That may be very well true. In fact, yeah, you're right. I could have taken my money and I could put it into so-and-so company, and then I could have taken all the money that I made by putting it into so-and-so company, and then I could have bought even more silver for myself than what I have today. Right, sure. And that's fine. I also could have put it into Enron. I also could have put it into the countless number of companies that have failed over the decades since I've been alive. There's been a lot of great companies that have done quite well, but there's been a lot that have not done very well at all. And so, yeah, you could have put it into the S&P and you would have made tons of money. Sure, I could have. But the thing about it is that I don't believe in that so much as I believe in what, in my opinion, has been important, throughout society for well before the United States was around, was well before Great Britain was a thing, way before modern civilization at all. And that's gold and silver. It's always been used as a form of currency. It's always been used as a form of trade for goods and services. I even believe that, and sure, you can, I'm not one of the doomsdayers, but I even believe that if we ever get to a spot in history or in society where we need to barter once again, you're going to need gold and silver or something as a form of a trade medium. So this is another thing that I hear from people. They tell me, they say, well, if we ever get to that point, no one's going to care about your gold and silver. It's going to be food and guns and ammo. Yes, it absolutely is. But let me ask you a question. Let's just look in a scenario. Let's say you create something that's needed. Let's say you make bread, okay? And then let's say you have a guy who makes ammo. Well, you need ammo, but the guy who makes the ammo doesn't need your bread. He needs water. Well, you don't have water. So what are you going to do? There's no way you're going to get the ammo from the guy. So what are you going to do? You're going to wait for the ammo guy to go to the water guy, trade him his ammo for the water. Then you're going to go to the guy who has the water and say, hey, can I get some of that ammo for some of this bread? Well, what if the water guy doesn't need bread? There's your problem. So there needs to be a medium of exchange. That's what our dollar is today. For example, if I walk into a gas station, I may make friendship bracelets, whatever. But if I walk into a gas station with 20 friendship bracelets and try and trade it for a gallon of gas, they don't need the friendship bracelets, so why should they give me their gas for my friendship bracelets? But there's a bunch of people that would like to buy those for $1 a piece. So you sell them to the person that gives you the $1 a piece. Now you have $20, you go get your gas. And that's what gold and silver is. When I say it's a medium of exchange, it always has been. That's what I mean. The gun guy doesn't need your bread, but he does need silver. So you get your ammo and guns for your silver, and then the gun guy uses his silver to go to the water guy and buy the water. That's how it's in a medium of exchange. So I'm not a doomsdayer, though. I honestly don't believe that at least in my lifetime we're ever going to get to that point. But I see the validity, especially in a lot of the preppers that use that analogy, because it really is true. There is always going to be a medium of exchange for goods and services. There always has been, there always will be, and gold and silver plays a very good role if we ever get to that point. And it's, there are modern examples of this happening. You could go to Venezuela right now and get a very, very, very nice hotel room for an ounce of silver, but try doing it with their dollar. Good luck. It's not happening. But, that's my point. So, when I was talking to him about the silver, when I was talking to him about the reason that I stack silver and why it's important to me, again, he was losing interest. So it's clear that not everyone is going to feel the same way you do about it. Maybe some of you that are watching this don't believe what I believe or don't feel the way I feel about it, but I think it's important. Whatever the reason you're watching this channel, whether it's, you believe in silver because you like looking at it because it's shiny, or if you just want to stack it because it's a good hedge against inflation, whatever the reason is, at least share that love with your friend. If everyone could just share it with one friend or two friends. And I'm not saying we're gonna go, all Jehovah's Witness, and we're gonna go to all the doors and knock on the doors and start handing out pamphlets. And that's nothing against you Jehovah's Witness guys. I'm just saying, we're not going to go out handing out pamphlets. We're not going to go hounding people, beating their doors down, saying, you must buy silver today. We're not going to do that. But I still think it's important to at least share the knowledge that you have, the reason for doing so. And maybe, just maybe, you'll open up the eyes of one or two of your friends or people. And that's all it's really going to take, guys. That's really all it's going to take to give somebody the opportunity to have a sound financial backing with something such as gold and silver. But again, that's what I believe. That may not be what you believe, so keep that in mind. What I'm saying to you is just an opinion. It's a very strong opinion of mine. It's something I believe in wholeheartedly, but again, at the end of the day, it's just an opinion. So if you believe differently than me, totally fine as well. Just wanted to share with you my thoughts on it. So anyway, that's what I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say. You're probably like, Seeker, could you even go into more detail about it? Well, I think I said what I felt like I needed to say about it, but anyway, thank you for watching. So guys, again, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to go down below and subscribe. Like I said, over 50% of the people that watch this channel aren't even subscribed yet. So make sure you go down there and hit that button, click the bell so you don't miss any future video notifications. And we'll see you next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I did leave a video above you can check out if you haven't seen it yet. I also want to give a huge shout out and a huge thank you to my awesome channel supporters scrolling right there on the right hand of the screen. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.